Hello, YouTube community. So this is a recording of a business Q&A that I am about to do, but you're seeing the recording in the future. And I just want to share, if you're watching this in real time, I'm so excited to announce that the Baddie Business School has officially launched and we begin our journey in 10 days as I post this on February 1st, 2023. And for anyone watching way into the future, you can check out more information at the link below, KrystalAranyani.com/school, to see when our next round will be. This is a journey of 5 phases guiding you to launch your dream business or to scale and really set the foundations for your current business to set you up for success. Together in sisterhood, we are planting the seeds of your inevitable success. We have a private group, we have accountability partners. I will be coaching you through the whole program, from embodying your message and sharing it with clarity and confidence, to launching your website, your programs, your offerings, getting very clear on what you'd like to share with the world and how you would like to share it, as well as organic and paid advertising, website, sales page, pricing, how to sell in a non-icky way, and really bringing the feminine energetics into the masculine business. So there's a lot of hands-on exact action steps to launch and scale your business, and also how to hold that expansion and embody your boss babe CEO self. This is really an approach to business that is pleasurable and fun and expansive. So if you want more information, I am only accepting 15 people into this container, and we're already over halfway there right now, and we just launched a few days ago. So if you're watching this in real time, I would love to be your business fairy godmother. If you know my story, you know why I'm saying that. During the times I was really struggling, like really in my business, in fetal position, crying and having no idea where to begin, but spending so much money on different programs and walking away from them, still not knowing how to properly run and expand my business. I used to pray for a fairy godmother, a business fairy godmother, to come along and show me what to do. And honestly, I hired so many teachers that I managed to put everything together that I learned and put it into this one program, as my intention is I want this to be the only program you need. And if you join this round as the OG round, you'll gain access to all future rounds, to all the material in our future programs, as I'm going to be having amazing guest teachers on, and I'm going to be adding to and consistently making the school better and better. Okay, so let's get into the questions. Okay, welcome, loves. I'm going to be jumping right into answering your business questions that you sent for me. So number one I have here is, can you break down your monthly revenue? So on average, at the time of filming this, I am making around $30,000 a month in my business. And I'm planning on scaling that by the end of this year, definitely. At this point in my business, I have only done 100% organic marketing, meaning people are finding me through my social media without doing any paid advertising. So I have a big marketing expansion plan this year. I'm going to break down this last month for you, a $30,000 month in my business. And for this month, as I just shared, I've launched the Baddie Business School. So I've made quite a bit more than 30,000, and some months I'll make 20,000. So it's averaging out lately to be around 30,000. So number one, this past month, and I'm not saying this off the top of my head, I did write it out and look it all up so I could break it down for you. So 8,000 from this past month was from my one-on-one clients. I just signed 2 more, and then I had a past client as well who's been working with me long term. I always make around 2,000 a month from my previous book sales and also YouTube. So that's between 2,000 to 2,500 per month. I just kind of put those together because it's a smaller amount. from book sales and YouTube ad revenue. Then for evergreen course sales, so those are the courses on my website that I'm constantly selling. There's not a launch date. People can just come in and buy them whenever they want. I made around 2,000. I made 4,000 in payments from past programs and past one-on-one. So those are from payment plans of the past. And for example, next month from the Baddie Business School, I'm making an additional 10,000 so far from payment plans from the Baddie Business School. So I'm always recording those and being very clear on the money that I'm expecting and being on top of those. I'm just making a side note that I never used to be, and I used to actually miss payments, and it was just really messy until I really empowered myself in my finances and started paying attention every single day. I check all my accounts. I know what money's coming in and out that day, 7 days a week. Next, for my membership program, I made 4,000, and that's constantly growing. My vision is to be making over 30,000 a month on that membership program. I just launched it 6 months ago, and it's been consistently growing and making me more every month. And then for the Baddie Business School launch, currently in this moment, I've made 15,000 this month, and my goal is 30,000. For this first round, as I just mentioned, I'm only accepting a smaller container, but those launches I expect to be bigger in the future. So all of those together equals 35,000. How do you call in paying customers? So this is a huge question. It's not very specific. So I'm just going to say what's on my heart at this moment as I read that. And I believe that's what's meant to be shared for whoever ends up watching this. So I just mentioned that all of my sales have been organic at this point, and I just hit over $1 million in sales at the end of 2022. So you can decide if you want to approach it going 100% organic, or if you're going to be doing paid advertising as well. Of course, this is the first step to figure out your unique marketing plan that feels best for you based on your audience and your community. If I was just starting out, I would definitely hire a coach, a business coach, take a program, or really research how to do Facebook ads, how to share your message, how to really have clarity around your story brand and your branding and your social media plan. So this is, again, a huge topic, especially when you're starting out. If you don't already have a social media following or you don't already have a community, give people a taste of your services or your product so that it starts getting out there. So for services, this could be a freebie, this could be a funnel, this could just be your social media platform, showing your expertise, giving a free mini course if you're doing courses. Or for products, this could be giving away some free products to influencers, having them tag you, creating reels. The first stages of your business will require some commitment and some investment if you haven't already grown your community. Social proof is huge, and it honestly doesn't cost that much to get some free product out to some influencers. They don't have to have 1 million followers. Even if it's someone with a couple thousand and you're seeing they're getting great engagement, many of them will just accept free product and then promote it to their accounts. Getting testimonials. So for this round of Baddie Business School, as an example, I'm only accepting 15 people because I want to really work intimately one-on-one, as in the future, I'm sure I'll hire other coaches to help with this program. But for this one, I really want it to be me, really getting feedback and then getting amazing testimonials so that I can expand this program. Social proof should be a really major focus for you at the starting stages. Next question. How do you know what parts of your story to share, or if you're sharing too much? I get this question so much. People use vulnerability as a sales technique now, and I feel that their audience can tell when it's not coming from a super authentic place. So if you're on my YouTube right now, you've probably found me, and you know that my following grew pretty quickly because I came on. I had never watched another YouTube channel before. I just felt in my heart that I was meant to share my message and my story to help whoever would watch. And I think that's why I grew so quickly, because we're really missing that authenticity and that just sharing from our hearts without having the intention to sell. Now, is that bad to have the intention to sell? No, of course not. I think Gary Vee says it, jab, jab, jab hook. The idea of it is to give, 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 and then ask, right? So give, give, give is giving consistent, valuable content. This is just the way that it works in our world now. And then asking. And if you are in this business, your heart should be in it, right? Like it should be coming from a space of wanting to serve your community, wanting to better their lives. So giving shouldn't be a task, right? So I'm working with one of my one-on-one clients right now on this exact topic, which is figuring out how to share their message and their story and what parts they're ready to and which parts to keep to themselves. So my best answer to this is to get so clear on your why and your intention behind everything that you do. Why are you creating content? Why are you creating offerings? Why are you creating products? You must know your why, and that's your Northern Star. Think of something that you're going to share and then ask yourself if it's aligned with that. I had a great experience with writing my memoir. I'm still in the process of writing my memoir, but I get my clients to also write out their whole story, any major points of their life. And yeah, this might take a couple days. Like write out whatever flows through you, things that you think could help people and things that just really stand out to you, that just comes through. And once you've done that, then go over and circle the chunks of your story that you want to share with others, that you really feel would benefit others from learning. And then once you've circled them all, ask yourself if that's in alignment with your why, with your Northern Star. For example, when I was writing my memoir, I was writing some entertaining parts, some wild parts that I thought was just really entertaining and interesting. But when I went back to it and I asked myself, what's my intention for this book? It's to empower others. While some of these stories are just really out there and crazy, and I've lived a pretty wild life, many lifestyles in one, is it aligned with my intention? And it simply wasn't. And of course, if I'm coming from a sales technique, maybe I'll throw something in there just to get people talking. But I think it's really important to stay aligned with our why, with our intention. And that's the integrity of our business, that we're not doing things or saying things just for sales, because that will always shine through. And that's where the ickiness from sales comes from. Sales do not have to be icky or weird, and we don't have to hide them or infuse them into our message at all. When people like you, they want to buy off you. And people like you when you are authentic, when you're yourself. Next question. I feel like there's so much competition and everyone is a coach right now. Is it even worth it? This is one of the main limiting beliefs I get asked almost every single time I do a Q&A, and that I always see come up with my clients. So here's my answer, and it's pretty simple. There is someone for everyone. There's a lover for everyone. There's a best friend for everyone. And there are soul mate clients for everyone. If 100 different people were selling the same product, I would buy off the person who I resonate with and who I'm inspired by. I'm inspired usually by women who are similar than me, but a few steps ahead in terms of where I want to be. So I can look up to them and have them as a reminder of what is possible for me. If they've done it, then I can absolutely do it too. So what this looks like for me being 33 now is I find myself having coaches in their early 40s, following women now on Instagram and different accounts who are just badass babes in their 40s, who are taking care of themselves, who look fantastic, who have incredible careers, who are doing the things that I want to do when I'm in my 40s, because that's inspiring to me. So it doesn't matter your age. If you are in your 50s, in your 60s, if you want to share about menopause, if you want to share about your partner passing away, like there's someone for every single stage of life. And also for people who are younger here, if you're 18, there's a lot of YouTubers that I see too who are 18, like how to be a millionaire when you're 18, how to start a YouTube channel when you're 18. And yeah, there are a lot out there. But again, if you see someone with the exact same message, if you see a YouTube thumbnail, you're going to go towards the person that your energy most resonates with. So there's someone for everyone. I'm always on the search for people that I really resonate with because they're really showing me what's possible for myself. So I invite you to change your mindset and your internal dialogue to I live in an infinitely abundant universe. This goes for clients. This goes for lovers. I'm 33 and I'm still happily single. And I never let myself fall into the trap of there's no good guys out there. Oh, I'm running out of time. There's not going to be many men left in their 30s or their 40s now that I'm getting older. I don't let myself go there. I tell myself I live in an infinitely abundant universe. There's so many people out there, so many opportunities, so many soulmates. I believe in many soulmates and soulmate clients. It's a matter of really embodying your message and learning how to magnetize your people. And it's possible at any age, at any phase of life, you can do anything. Really get into the mindset of limitless possibilities. Okay, we'll do a couple more. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm trying to grow on all social media channels. That's the first thing there. And I'm gaining consistently, which is good, but I'm not getting paid customers. Okay, so you've been creating your content, growing your community. It's going pretty well, but you aren't converting your audience into paying customers. So firstly, I invite you to take a good, honest look at your content and ask yourself, why would people want to buy off you? Step back from your ego, your identity, and pretend that you are coming on to your social media channels for the first time ever. What makes you want to buy off someone? What makes you trust them? What makes you say yes? There's certain people I follow that I will literally buy anything that they offer because I've followed them for so long and they've been so consistent with their message that I feel this trust with their brand. I don't even know them, but I trust that whatever they put out, they've put their heart into, and it's in alignment with their previous products and offerings. So again, there's so much advice I could give on this, but number one is being honest. Are you creating consistent, valuable content? Then go look at the successful people in your industry who you know are really winning in the industry, and compare your content and your message and your website and everything to theirs. And we're, of course, not copying, but we're getting inspiration. This is competitor analysis, something to be very aware of. And next, rather than trying to be on all of the channels, have one primary channel and then a secondary. So when I first started, my primary was YouTube and then it was Instagram. Now it's the other way around. And when you grow and then you get a team and you have people helping you, then you can be on all of the channels because they're helping you. You don't want to get overwhelmed and have your energy scattered. Focus on one and then have a secondary for now. You don't need to be overwhelmed with social media. You can repurpose your content and also definitely have a weekly newsletter so that you have a list you are completely in control of. Meaning if Instagram and Facebook shuts down one day or somehow deletes your account, you still have your community on your newsletter and you've been creating this personal connection with them through your email list. And again, it could be so many things. It could be your offerings. It could be the way that you're sharing your message. It could be the way that you're branding and talking about your story, about your products. But these are just the main things that came to my mind as I was reading that. How do I approach my content in a way that doesn't copy others? I've had this question a few times recently as well. You aren't copying others when your content is coming from here. As a soul-led, heart-led leader, that means that you're connecting to your spirit, to your inner guidance, to your inner wisdom, and then sharing and creating from there. If you're worried about what other people are thinking, if you're worried you're going to come off as copying, then that means your attention and your awareness is too external right now. Come back to yourself. Place your hands over your heart. I do this almost every morning. Whenever I'm creating a post, I do this first. And you can, of course, change it to whatever your spiritual or religious beliefs are in this existence. For me, I pray to Great Spirit, to Shiva, to Shakti, and I just simply ask, what do you want to share through me today? What is a message the collective will benefit from hearing today? And in doing that, I become a vessel for the divine to speak through. And I'm dropping my ego. I'm dropping the worries externally, and I'm listening to my inner wisdom. And when you're 100% creating from there, of course, we get inspiration from the external. But when it's really coming from inside, I've never once worried about coming off as a copycat or as inauthentic. And that's because my posts come from inside. And of course, sometimes we lose inspiration. Then as a creator and as a leader, it's your job to get out in the world, get out into nature, get inspired, do fun things, bring more pleasure and play into your life. And that's, especially for the feminine, that's when our inspiration comes. So it's not your job to be consistently pushing yourself to put out all this content, put out all this content. It's your job to get inspired, to get alive, and then create from there. And get inspired by others. Of course, they show you what's possible, but then really come into yourself and add your special sauce, your special spice to it. And the last question here, if you can't tell, I love talking about this. I am so excited for the business school, like more excited than I've ever been about anything. Like I've been studying this stuff on my own for 15 years, and I'm finally the past year focusing on coaching business, and it just lights me up like nothing ever has before. And that's what I want for all of you, to feel the way that I feel right now sharing about this. And I'm reminding you it's possible. So how do you have the confidence to forge your own path in business? I love this one, because when I first started, I was not copying, but I was seeing the way that other spiritual teachers were teaching. And I felt like I had to do it similar and be like a lot more professional than I am now, like more clinical in a way. Now I'm just laid back and I've really let my personality shine through. Like I feel when I'm with my friends in person and when I'm on YouTube, I'm not that much different. Of course, I'm talking a bit more. I don't usually talk this much, but my personality, the way I joke, the way I talk, it's not like I have literally seen people on YouTube and then met them in person, and their voice is different, their mannerism is different, and they're just like, putting on a character, and that's okay. That's what people do. Sometimes I'm not bashing them, but it's again the integrity and the alignment of your message, of your presence. And this is something that comes with time as well, once you get more comfortable. So in business, we come into it, especially the structured parts and the systems, and we think, okay, we have to do it exactly this way. But anything good in life, as well as business, came from someone thinking outside of the box, forging their own path, and deciding to break the rules. So I like to say we're not breaking the rules, we're making our own fucking rules. Like make your own. For me, for example, my membership program, I have rebirthed it. I only launched it 6 or 7 months ago. I've rebirthed it twice and I'm rebirthing it again in a month. But now I know exactly what I want long term. And this last rebirth, I'm sticking with this one. But I really felt at the time of the launch, it just had to get out there. I thought it was a great idea and it can get to many women. It can help many women. And I just need to get this out there. So I took messy, inspired action. I wasn't sure what I wanted for the branding. I wasn't sure what I wanted for the archetype. It's been the bad bitch. It's been Shakti Unbounded, which has brought new energies to the container. And then soon it's going to be empowered, which really encompasses everything that I want this to be. So in business, again, it's the same as life. We're experimenting. We're trying new things. Some things are going to work, some aren't. Don't get stuck on one thing. Like if I launch this, it has to stay the same. You get to break the rules. You get to make your own rules up as you go. And actually, I just had one of my clients tell me the other day that she was attracted to me because I've been rebirthing. She's like, are you allowed to do that? Can you do that? And I thought the same thing too. I'm like, is this bad? Because of course, the old way, or if you ask most business coaches, they'll say to be consistent with your branding, don't just change things around. But I've actually been receiving feedback that the women in my containers love that I've been doing that. And the thing is, we're always evolving. You can tap into your community when you're in constant contact with them, you know where they're at. So you can really base your offerings and products around that. I wouldn't have rebirthed it if I didn't feel everyone was ready for an evolution, for the next level, for another rebranding. If they were loving that branding so much and felt really stuck in that energy, I would have stayed there. But I'm like, we're ready for the next level. This feels like a next level. Let's level up. And it's just like in relationships. You have to date around to figure out what you want and what you don't want. We're not all with our first partners, that would be not a good situation for the majority of us. We have to experiment. We figure out through life what we want, and we're always changing. We're always evolving. So we do have consistent branding. For example, I'm Krystal Aranyani. That's my brand. I'm not going to change that and hide my name. This has been my brand for 7 years now. And even though I've changed the Bad Bitch Society with Krystal Aranyani to Empowered with Krystal Aranyani, you can still see there is consistency, and the branding is consistent. My message has always been consistent. Things might just shift around a little bit. We're always pivoting. We're always playing with things, seeing how it goes, getting feedback from our community, and also following our inner knowing and what feels alive and best for us at the time. We are living at a very exciting time where it's easy to start your own business, to start your own online empire, and you have the space to try new things, to do things that feel really aligned with your unique soulmate clients and community. So my best advice for that is to just take messy action. The universal law, the law of action, is simply just taking action to create momentum. Like I did with my membership program. I just took that action. That was messy action. And then it created the momentum that is now my dream vision of this dream membership I'm about to launch. So just take any action towards your goals, even if you're not sure 100% that's the right action. Just take action. Messy, inspired action. Okay, my loves, I've had so much fun answering your questions. If you have any more questions for me, let me know in the comments. Again, I would be absolutely honored to guide you through our business school if you're feeling called to it. I love you all so much, and I wish you the very best in planting your beautiful dreams and visions and blossoming them over time. Remember that you are capable of anything and everything. You can have it all and you can be it all. And you are the one who creates your limits. Remember that. Don't be the reason your dreams don't come true. Get out of your own way.